about the maritime region, particularly the fishing industry. My family comes from Nova Scotia, which is primarily an agrarian and fishing type area. They do small-time farming, a little bit of pulpwood cutting, but mostly the province is looks completely towards the ocean. It's very much a maritime culture. And this song is called "Make and Break Harbour," and it talks about some of the changes in the fishing industry. The fishing industry, like every other industry now, is sort of being revolutionized and highly mechanized. Where it used to be that a fellow could go out with a couple of friends and they could own a small boat between them and make a living for their families. That's no longer possible. It's all big factory processing ships now. And this song talks about the passing of what they call the Cape Islander fishing boat, which is a style of motorized fishing boat particular to that coast.
Yeah, there's a term in this song called refers to one lunger. That's not a consumptive. It's an old kind of single cylinder, what they call a one lunger engine. That had an unfortunate habit of sometimes starting up and going backwards.
Yeah, they call them make and break engines because if they broke down, you could make do with just about anything to fix them. You could reline the cylinder with an old coffee can. In some cases, you could even improvise a spark plug out of a cork and a bent nail.
And they're really unruly monsters. I've actually seen fishermen who, they start them up and the thing starts up backwards like a half a dozen times in a row. They think, well, hell with it. And I've seen them go out of the harbor backwards. Anything for a laugh.
How still lies the bay in the light western airs, which blow from the crimson horizon. Once more we tack home with a dry empty hold, saving gas with the breezes so fair. She's a kindly Cape Islander, old but still sound, but so lost in the long liner's shadow. Make and break and make do, but the fish are so few that she won't be replaced should she founder. Now it's so hard before the big war, when the cod went so cheap but so plenty. Foreign trawlers go by now with long-seeing eyes, taking all where we seldom take any. And the young folk don't stay with the fisherman's ways. Long ago they all moved to the cities, and the ones left behind, old and tired and blind, won't work for a pound, for a penny. In Make and Break Harbour the boats are so few, too many are pulled up and rotten. Most houses stand empty, old nets home to dry, are blown away, lost and forgotten. Big draggers have stirred up the bay, leaving lobster traps smashed on the bottom. Can they think it don't pay to respect the old ways that Make and Break men have not forgotten? For we still keep our time to the turn of the tide. This boat that I built with my father still lifts to the sky, the one rudder and I still talk like old friends on the water. In Make and Break Harbour the boats are so few, too many are pulled up and
Anyway, this is about inspired songs for the CBC for their agriculture program on grain handling. What a class gig. And the guy that they sent out had just come over from Britain, and they kind of pushed him out into the boonies to prove himself, you know. So he had headed out to do something on, you know, grain handling, which is probably the lifeblood of every issue in the West. But they sent him out, he didn't know anything. He kept saying, "Show me a dying town. I don't see any dying towns. Where are they dying? I don't see." He expected to see a large sheet over the town. Dead town ahead. Anyway, so I dedicate this usually to Vantage, Saskatchewan, which I think has one person living in it. There are a few diehards. I don't know if do you have that in the States? A town dies slowly like an old pioneer. The heart goes, the eyes go, but the mind stays clear. It remembers how it was a long time ago. A few little houses against the blowing snow. But when they think you can't work anymore, they wanna leave you alone. They take out your railway, let your curling rings fall. They granaries out of your home. Whoa, yes, a town dies slowly like an old pioneer. The heart goes, the eyes go, but the mind stays clear. It remembers how it was a long time ago. A few little houses against the blowing snow. But you learn to face your life by changes in the weather, changes in the times. People learn to build this town together, proud of their spot on the railway line. Whoa, yes, a town like an old pioneer. The heart goes, the eyes go, but the mind stays clear. It remembers how it was a long time ago. A few little houses against the blowing snow.
Stan and Connie are tunesmiths, and they write songs, and I've written a few tunes and parodies on songs, but the main thing that I enjoy doing is building gadgets and turning people's garbage into big pieces of garbage. And someone once gave me a baritone horn that he pulled out of the garbage that wasn't working, and gave it to me on a dare that I couldn't make something out of it to play on stage. And it developed into this, which is an upright B-flat 3-bell 6-valve baritone symbonium. I'm just going to go with one mic here. I'll aim this at you. So for some audience reaction. Okay, now what I did, the first thing, this is a workshop. I never really normally explain what I did to build this thing, but at that time I had a little workshop in my backyard out in the country outside of Manitoba, between the prairies and the Canadian Shield, a rocky area. We're just in the bush line where there's poison ivy and mosquitoes, and I was working in a chicken house that I bought and turned into a shop, and I found all the rest of these parts in there. Someone had given me a broken trumpet, so I soldered them together and attached some plastic tubing in between, and this is what came out. This is a medley of all-time hits. Canadian term, take off, eh?
All right.
Okay.
This is a song that my Uncle Lee wrote in 1938, and it's about a little cabin that he and some friends built on top of a hill in the middle of a swamp.
The place where he used to take all his girlfriends, and every time he'd take a different girl up there, he built a cairn of stones. He placed another stone on this sort of memorial to his love life. And it's about 23 feet high now. It covers an acre of ground.
It's quite a monument. But this tune is very much in the style of the sort of kitchen music that got played at parties when I was a kid.
Something you also might mention here is Nova Scotia is also famous for having, when the British took over, they expelled the Acadians and all the French people there, and sent them down to Louisiana. Louisiana was lucky enough to have those people and develop sort of a similar style of music to what I'm trying to attempt here.
There's a spot far away, we all know well, the place that's called the Lookout Hill where they're at the top. The wildcats yell how I love that place, no one can tell. There are trout streams there and moose and deer, but you never lay eyes on a grizzly bear. So take your back up on your back and head your way up the Lookout Pass. There'll be a time when I am old and my poor old bones are stiff and cold. I'll head to the lookout in the setting sun, and when down those first days I'll be young. When the lakes are frozen, the peaks are high, and you hear the owl in the moonlight cry. I'll head to the lookout 'cause here it's time. Goodbye, my friend, it's where I'll die. Far away, we all know well the place that's called the Lookout Hill, where they're at the top. The wildcats yell how I love that place, no one can tell.
Follow that, Connie. Hey, you best kid.
God, Canadian goose. Sorry, that was not an option. Well, this is not get away from the kind of travelogue. I like to do something that Al reminded me of. This is a tender, poignant love song. And I know it's heading into, you know, wedding season, and you may be called upon to sing at a wedding, so I'm going to get you to sing on the chorus of this next one, as I think it's quite appropriate for a nuptial event. Is my nephew's favorite song. Made a hit on Heather Bishop's Belly Button album. If you love a hippopotamus and you love Hippopotamus, he will be your friend. And that can be mighty handy now and then. You got it? That's it. That's your part. You got to all sing along. I know it's daylight and everyone can see you singing, but if somebody isn't singing, you have to point it. I want you to get snuggle up. You know, this is a romantic number. If you love a hippopotamus and you love Hippopotamus, he will be your friend. And that can be mighty handy now and then. Mind you guys, I know it's Monday morning. Cause if you're stuck outside and you find that the door won't budge, your friend the hippo will lean on it and give it that extra nudge. If you love a hippopotamus and you love Hippopotamus, he will be your friend. And that can be mighty handy now and then. Cause if you want a cookie, but it's too high on the shelf, you can climb on the back of a hippopotamus and get one for yourself and one for him too. If you love a hippopotamus and you love Hippopotamus, he will be your friend. And that can be mighty handy now and then. Cause if you're put to bed and you find that you just can't sleep, your friend the hippopotamus into your room will creep, and he'll sing you a lullaby till you begin to snore. And then he'll tiptoe out hippopotamously and slam the door. Well, if you love a hippopotamus and you love Hippopotamus, he will be your friend. And that can be mighty handy now and then. Thank you.
I actually preceded the folks here by a couple of days, and I've been entertaining since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and probably a number of you have seen me already. I really don't know. I've got all of my stuff here on stage. If anybody's seen me and has a request, or maybe what I should do is sit down and let you enjoy those folks if you seem to, if it's possible to see too much of me.
No, come on, Al.
Do the eye chart.
Do the gig, Al. Come on.
The eye chart.
Okay, I have two requests simultaneously there, the Elvis Presley impersonation and the eye chart.
Do them both, Al.
Seems to be unanimous. Why don't I put it to the jury here?
Both of them. Simultaneously.
Ask Garnet to help me out. If you just stand behind the blind here. Say goodbye to Garnet till the end of the tune here. I want you all to cover your left eye and read starting from the top line, please. I'll wait till you cover your left eye. Okay, ready? I am for you, S-I-M, S-I-M. G, I want to be for you, for F-R. You are XTC, S-U-R, S-U-R. I intend to be for you, for F-R. I am I and you are I and two. S easy to see, B-B, U-N-I-C, I-2-I. Oh, I am for you, S-I-M, S-I-M. U and I will be S1 for F-R and F-R and F-R. Let's try it from the top now. Ready? I am for you, S-I-M, S-I-M. G, I want to be for you, for F-R. You're on your own now.
You are ecstasy, S-U-R, S-U-R.
I intend to be for you, for F-R. Me first. I am I and you. Now you sing it.
You are I and two.
S easy to see, B-B, U-N-I-C, I-2-I. I am for you, S-I-M, S-I-M. U and I will be S1 for F-R and F-R and F-R.
Well, I will also add that this song is sort of written in the style of an English Morris dancing tune, which sort of harkens back to my own cultural heritage. My family was originally of English stock. Okay. I often take these night shift walks when the foreman's not around. I turn my back on the cooling stacks and make for open ground. Far out beyond the tank farm fence where the gas flare makes no sound. I forget the stink and I always think back to that eastern town. I remember back 6 years ago this western life I chose. And every day the news would say some factory's going to close. Well, I could have stayed to take the dough, but I'm not one of those. I take nothing free, and that makes me an idiot, I suppose. So I bid farewell to the eastern town I never more will see. But work I must, so I eat this dust and breathe refinery. Oh, I miss the green of the woods and streams, and I don't like cowboy clothes. But I like being free, and that makes me an idiot, I suppose. Western life's no paradise, but it's better than lying down. Oh, the streets are clean and there's nothing green, and the hills are dirty brown. But the government dole will rot your soul back there in your hometown. So bid farewell to the eastern town you never more will see. There's self-respect and a steady check in this refinery. You will miss the green of the woods and streams, and the dust will fill your nose. But you'll be free and just like me, an idiot, I suppose. Fan mail from some flounder.
Has ever been made to music? I don't think
Yeah, it has actually, but I don't know the tune.
There are strange things done in the midnight sun.
That's
Men
right.
will boil for gold.
There's a guy who's put all of Robert Service's poetry to music.
Oh, yeah?
Country
You
Joe
hear it if
McDonald.
you come up to the Yukon. You can hear it.
Country Joe
White
McDonald
Horse.
does a whole album of Robert Service.
Who?
Country Joe?
McDonald?
Country Joe McDonald?
Yeah.
Give me an F.
Is he still doing that act? He was up in Vancouver last year, and he stood up there on stage, just like, boy, it was just like Woodstock. It was wonderful. Give me an
10
F.
years old again.
Yeah. 10 years, I felt like I was 13 years old, completely addled on acid again.
This is about a historical event that happened actually in Manitoba and in Saskatchewan, specifically about the Saskatchewan one. They had a little rebellion. The French and the English have been notoriously at war in Canada. It's been the main source of entertainment for years and years, imagining what each of them is doing in their churches and their lives and their homes. But the French, as they said, the French came out, the Northwest Company, there was a kind of a rivalry between the Hudson Bay and the Northwest Company. They came out, the French came out and settled in the Manitoba area, very rich, wonderful farmland right around Winnipeg. And they set it up in the old style of spokes. And what happened is when the English Hudson Bay Company bought the Northwest, whatever it was, they came out and surveyed and ended up starting a little rebellion there because they were basically planning to take over the land, or this was the contention. And they called in Louis Riel, who was the leader of the Métis people. These Métis were half-breed, French and half-breed and Scottish half-breed people. they had this little rebellion and started the whole French and English thing off to a grand old start, and they dragged out all sorts of young Ontario boys marching across the Muskeg to get out there and settle this little deal. Anyway, the people scattered, and a lot of them went up to Saskatchewan and started a new little settlement there. And lo and behold, about 20 years later, not even 20 years, the same thing happened, and they had another little rebellion, and they just about won this one. But they didn't, needless to say, for a number of reasons, which you can talk about at great length. But this song, a good friend of mine, Maria Campbell, is a half-breed woman, and she has bought the original homestead of Gabriel Dumont, and Gabriel Dumont was the leader of Riel's army and a very good strategist, and had they in fact listened to him and his band of half-breed marauders, they probably would have won the little rebellion. They just barely, narrowly made it. But they didn't. Riel had visions of making it in a peaceful way, and they lost. The Saskatchewan River runs all the way to Hudson Bay, through Alberta and Saskatchewan. It's a very beautiful river. On the South Saskatchewan River, there's a crossing and a bend that they call Batoche. And on the banks of that river, a battle was won and the people were lost. Well, they've chased us once and they'll chase us again. Do you remember, Gabriel? Oui, je me souviens. We have called on Riel. He will speak to us now. Where will you fight for the land that is yours? Are you men? For the redcoats are coming. Well, this time they must take with guns what once they took with a pen. On the South Saskatchewan River, in small little holes, the redcoats lay hiding, with only the Queen on their side. But Riel, he has God and a vision, but it won't fill their guns, so they know in their hearts that it won't turn the tide. So you run, Gabriel, for your vision lies hanging from a rope in a jail in an English town. Yes, you run, Gabriel, for your skin is worth saving. There are many like you who must run from the crown. Yes, you run, Gabriel, for your heart it is sinking when you think of the lives of your friends that it's cost. Yes, you run, Gabriel, and someday you'll return to the bend in the river they call Batoche. The South Saskatchewan River, the crossing and the bend and the banks remain, but the people have long since been scattered. The town is still there, but it's not the same. But you can hear Gabriel and Riel, even yet they are whispering, you can win what once was lost. You can hear it in the rustle of the poplar leaves at the bend in the river that they call Batoche.
You say, well, but again, lockkeeper, we're laden even deeper than the times before. Oriental oils and tea brought down from Singapore. As we wait for my lock to cycle, I say my wife has just given me a son. A sun you cry, is that all that you've done? She wears bougainvillea blossoms, you pluck them from her hair and toss them in the tide. Sweep her in your arms and carry her inside. Her sighs catch on your shoulders, her moonlit eyes grow bold and wise through her tears. And I say, how could you stand to leave her for a year? Then come with me, you say, to where the Southern Cross rides high upon your shoulder. Come with me, you cry, each day you tend this lock, you'll one day older, while your blood grows colder. But that ain't your chains of fetter, and with it you are tethered to the foam. And I wouldn't trade your life for 1 hour of home. Sure, I'm stuck here on the seaway while you compensate for leeway through the trades. And you shoot the stars to see the miles you made. Then you laugh at hearts you've riven, but which of these has given us more love or life? You, your tropic mates, or me, my wife. Then come with me, you say, to where the Southern Cross rides high upon your shoulder. Oh, come with me, you cry, each day you tend this lock, you're one day older, while your blood grows colder. But that ain't your chains of fetter, and with it you are tethered to the foam. And I wouldn't trade your life for 1 hour of home. Ah, your anchor chains of fetter, and with it you are tethered to the foam. And I wouldn't trade your whole life for 1 hour of
I was asked to write some songs for an album on Canadian history. And this is a typical album on Canadian history because I have all this stuff on the prairies and that. And someone in Toronto had already written the prairie stuff. So, but I didn't know anything about Ontario in the north. That's the plot that has filled. Oh, teach this love of us. We are not her native sons. And we've come with no home but the shirts on our back and we're looking to make us one. And she's a stubborn land, yes, we know we have fought her. With the strength of our hands and the sweat of our brow, we'll water all our hopes and our dreams. May she take them, may they grow. May she call us her sons and her daughters. Oh Lord, teach this land how to love us, for we've seen all her beautiful ways. The green of her spring and her rich dark earth and her maple in golden days. But the winter's Lord, who they have taken the weak, made the strong to dig down like the roots of her trees. But in that wave of her wind, hear the promise of spring. For there's no going back across the sea. Oh Lord, teach this land how to love us, for she knows we are not her native sons. And we don't let her lie, but we'll shape her to our will. And she's not easily undone. And she's a stubborn land, yes, we know we have fought her. With the strength of our hands and the sweat of our brow, we'll water all our hopes and our dreams. May she take them, may they grow. May she call us her sons and her daughters.